You know, managing a technical team is one of those things that people often find very, very difficult. And yeah, it can be. Yeah, it can be. Welcome to the Build Your Team show, guys. I'm Atiba. I'm your host, and I'm assuming you're here because you've got a business, you're a business owner, and you're looking to grow your team and manage and build your team. Well, guess what? You're in the right place. That's what we talk about. And we're going to be talking about specifically today building a technical team. Okay? Specifically building a technical team. Now, in my background, I've had the pleasure of building multiple technical teams. The largest technical team I ever built actually was 25 people, 25 developers that I was leading. This was back in 2001, so like 20, 21 years ago. This was a while ago. All right. So it was a big team of developers. And I've led smaller teams of developers, but that was the largest. And here's the key. Here's the key. If you are a business owner and you're looking to hire a technical person or technical people because let's say you've got to build an app or you need technical work done, whether it's programming or heck, it could even be as simple as building automations in ActiveCampaign. It could be that simple and you want to hire a technical person. Okay. Here's the deal. Technical people are usually pretty smart. And technical people also often hate when people who are non-technical try to act like they're smarter than them. So never do that. Always understand your limitations when working with a technical person. That's the first thing. Understand your limitations and be honest about your limitations and say, hey, listen, this is not my forte. This is what I need. This is not my forte. Don't come and tell a technical person, hey, I was reading on this blog online, and don't do that because it insults them. Okay. And they really don't like it. It's kind of, the equivalent of being micromanaged in the technical world. Now, at the same time, you have to set clear goals and clear guidelines and clear boundaries and clear expectations. Because the flip side of it is technical people often understand that you don't understand. And they sometimes, some of them, not all, some of them use your lack of understanding against you. And that's just not right either. And quite honestly, if someone does that to you, you should fire them. Let me just be blunt. Because that's a flat out lack of respect. Okay? That is an absolute lack of respect. So you should fire them. But in the case, let's say you're in the middle of the project and you can't fire them right now, the key of working with technical people is setting boundaries and setting expectations. Are things going to come up in technical projects? Absolutely. It happens all the time. There are setbacks. There are things that you didn't plan for. There are things that just aren't working right and you can't find the answer. That's a part of it. It is. It absolutely is. And you should build that into your expectations. If you know you need something done in a week, then find someone who can do it for you in 4 days to give yourself some buffer in case they end up running into the inevitable, right? Was that Murphy's Law? Whatever happened will happen, or something like that it says. The bottom line is stuff will happen. Now, stuff's not going to happen all the time. And so if a technical person also is telling you, oh, this and oh, that, and there's always delay, and more money, you also have to start to ask the question, do you understand what I need done? And on that, the way you mitigate that is when you're hiring a technical person, friends. When you're hiring a technical person, you want them to show you as best as they could that they have done something similar before. You want them to show you that they understand what you're looking for. So you want them, after you explain the project, show you examples of how they've done it before, and then you want them to take the time to actually regurgitate and explain the project back to you in their own terms so that you know that they understand what it is you're saying. The other thing is put it in writing. Don't leave it to chance and word of mouth. Put in writing what you want. Talk about it. Record it if you need to. This is one of the great things with Zoom today. You can record almost anything. Record it so everyone's on the same page. And then use a project management system. So take the project, take the tasks, break it down into its smaller components, put it in a project management system, and then track it. Track it. Okay? So that you know I have a milestone by this date, or I have a milestone by that date, or I have a milestone. And everyone is on the same page and they know when things are expected. These are some of my tips for you on how you manage a technical team, especially if you're not technical yourself, okay? Or you don't have that technical expertise in whatever subject area it is yourself. Okay, I know it can be daunting. I know it can be absolutely scary, excuse me. It can be absolutely scary. But if you take the time to, number one, up front, be very clear and explain, have them explain back to you what it is that you're looking for, have them show you examples of how they've done this before. No, not, oh yeah, I did this, but show you examples. If they can't show you examples, chances are they didn't do it. Let me just be blunt with you. Chances are they're lying and they did not do it. Okay? So you set those things up front. Then you take your task, you break it down into smaller components, put it in a project management system where it assigns due dates and everyone's on the same page. Use video, use recording to your advantage. Record what you're saying so that nothing gets lost in translation when it's just typed, so that everyone is on the same page. And then lastly, which is where I started, expect that there will be delays. It's a technical project. That's part of the game, unfortunately. There will be delays. Plan for it. But if there are always delays, and if the delays are just ridiculous, there comes a point in time when you may need to consider getting a new technical team. All right, everybody. Hope this was helpful. Remember, it's not as scary as you think. You just got to jump in and do it, okay? Just jump in and give it a try. It'll be okay. And if you have any questions, drop them down below. Want to answer them for you. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.